Hey, good morning, YouTube. Yes, it's Rod Hardman here. Yeah. Man, this man, Eric Duncan, I was reading an article last night while I was at work in regards to what's going on with him. Apparently, they're not giving him any of the experimental vaccine to try to control his symptoms from the Ebola, and that he is fading away. I just saw Mega Electric's video, and yes, I agree with him. No, I haven't heard anything about him dying as of yet. But there is something that nobody's mentioning, and nobody's said a word about. The apartment Eric Duncan lived in. Now, granted, they cleaned up vomit that apparently Eric Duncan threw up on the ground outside in front of the apartment building. And none of those gentlemen, and I saw the video myself because Monograph had put out a video, as well as some other YouTuber, showing these guys cleaning up the vomit that this guy threw up on the ground with power washers and with no specialized equipment, no specialized gear around them, no biohazard suits, whatever. So these guys contaminated themselves, potentially with Ebola. But there's another thing that they're not bringing up. The people that live in that building, the duct system, the way that duct systems are built in apartment complexes, they all tie into each other. All right? And like I said, Ebola is an airborne virus, and it travels through the duct system. So I assure you that people in that building, even though they're quarantined for 21 days, people are going to start coming down with this Ebola. And they're not letting these people know this. These people are going to die. There is no doubt. Children, adults that were outside there where Eric Duncan had throw up on the ground, that were around that, they had probably stepped in it, and now they contracted it and they spread it even further. This is not a very good situation. And like I said, in my dream, people were dropping dead like flies. This is not a good situation. And like I said, the CDC plays it down to where they don't want to panic the people, but yet they're not telling the people the truth. And plus they send 4,000 troops over to an Ebola-stricken country to isolate the situation. People, we need to stop these planes from coming into the United States, 1. 2, I see it coming. In my dream, I said that the president is going to declare martial law in a city. And it's going to start. And I'm hoping it doesn't start anytime soon within, within Texas. But it looks like it's going to be a big outbreak. I mean, it's already been diagnosed in Florida, like Mega Electric said, and it's been diagnosed in other states. So how soon before we hear a case in Washington, D.C. has already been diagnosed and it's passed on to others? Planes are not safe to travel on. People are going to die. People in Florida that have contracted this and brought it, back from wherever they were at in Africa and brought it back to Florida and whatever, they're going to pass it on to the next person. And this stuff will not go away. Watch Mega Electric's video. He just put it out today. It makes a lot of good sense about this. Watch Monograph's videos. He talks about it, and I'm in total agreement with what he's stating. They don't clean planes. They really don't. And even though American Airlines made a comment that they sanitize their planes, so on. That's a bunch of horse shit. I've seen what they do on those airliners. All they do is quick brush down and it's over. Alright? If you're on JetBlue, if you're on American Airlines, if you're on British Airways, it don't matter which airliner you take, your chances of getting Ebola, alright, or traveling with a passenger that may be stricken with Ebola is very high. Think about it. Boycott the airports. Stay away from them. You know, that airports are the biggest germ and disease factory in the world. Just like rest stops. They're the biggest germ and disease factory in the world. So, anyway, I said my piece on this matter. And remember, I pointed out this. This is what they're checking their temperature with. This doesn't say you have Ebola. There's only 2 ways you can find out if a person has Ebola. If they have a fever, that right there, they should be swabbed, which is a tongue swab, and put it under a microscope and check for any signs or any traces of Ebola. Or they need to go ahead and do a simple blood test. All they got to do is prick your finger or something like that, like diabetics do. You know, they prick their finger, get a little bit of blood sample out there, and go ahead and put it under a slide. You know, look under that microscope and see what that slide's telling you, whether there's Ebola symptoms there or not, or germ. All right, but you know, you people got to think about what you're doing out there. Got to think before you start traveling. You know. What is it? An ounce of safety is worth a pound of cure, or something like that, or however it goes. You all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, think before you travel. Be safe out there. Remember to wash your hands constantly with antibacterial soaps. And you know, that bacterial gel that you get in a bottle and stuff, that's not going to save your ass from Ebola. Forget it. If you don't have to fly, don't fly. Boycott the airports, people, if you want to live. Alright? Till next time, this is Rod Hardman. Please leave your comments down below. If you like what I'm stating here, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like what I'm stating, give it a thumbs down. And I'll gladly stop talking about this Ebola situation. Till next time, this is Rod Hardman. Have a pleasant and safe day. And remember, if you travel, be safe out there, people. Till next time, take care.